The Galactic Empire ruled many worlds and feared no one. To them, humans were small and weak. On a quiet human colony called Verdanth 9, Imperial soldiers marched into a mining town and took control of the streets. The humans were ordered to kneel. Most obeyed. They were tired, hungry, and afraid. A young human child ran out from a damaged house. He was crying and calling for his mother. The child did not understand the alien voices shouting at him. He only wanted to be safe. An Imperial officer raised his weapon. The shot echoed across the empty street. Everything went silent. The soldiers expected screams and chaos. Instead, the humans did something strange. They did not rush forward. They did not attack. They slowly stood up and looked at the child lying on the ground. A human woman walked to the child and closed his eyes. Then she looked at the officer and spoke calmly. "You should leave this world." The officer laughed. To him, it was only one small human life. That night, something changed. All human communication towers on the planet turned on at the same time. No signals were sent to the Empire. Every message went in one direction only, toward Earth. A single sentence was transmitted. They killed a child. On Earth, human leaders received the message. They did not shout. They did not panic. They sat in silence and watched the recording from the colony. Slowly, human defense systems woke up. Ships left hidden bases. Fleets moved without lights. No public speech was made. The Empire saw none of this. They believed the humans would forget. They believed fear would break them. They did not understand one thing. Humans could forgive many things, but they never forgot when a child was taken. And across the stars, something old and dangerous was waking up. Not anger, not hatred, but a promise. The Galactic Empire had taken one small life. They did not yet know what that life would cost them. The Galactic Empire believed the humans would break. They thought fear would make them obey, just as it had with many other species. More Imperial ships arrived at human worlds. More soldiers landed in cities and space stations. But the humans did not fight back. They did not shout. They did not riot. They did not beg. They simply stopped. Human workers left Imperial factories. Human pilots refused to fly Empire cargo ships. Human traders closed their ports. At first, the Empire did not worry. They had many worlds and many servants. They thought humans were only a small part of their power. Then, supply ships failed to arrive. Fuel stations went silent. Food convoys vanished between stars. Imperial officers blamed each other. Some said pirates were responsible. Others said humans were planning a rebellion. But no weapons were seen. No attack was made. On Earth, something very different was happening. Deep under mountains and oceans, old shipyards opened. Long hidden fleets powered up. Human engineers worked without rest. They did not cheer. They did not speak much. Their faces were calm, but their eyes were hard. A human admiral studied the image of the dead child again and again. He said quietly, "They think this is only about anger. They are wrong. This is about meaning." Human fleets did not prepare for conquest. They prepared for order. They trained for boarding, not bombing, for capture, not burning. The Empire finally noticed human ship movement near the borders of their space. The Emperor laughed, "Let them come," he said. "They will cry when they see our guns." What he did not know was this. The humans were not coming to win a war. They were coming to teach a lesson. And lessons, when taught by humans, were never gentle. The first human fleet appeared near an Imperial weapons world called Carthus Prime. It was a planet covered in factories and shield towers. The Empire used it to build ships and cannons for war. Imperial sensors detected the human ships, but they were confused. The fleet did not attack, it did not fire. It only waited in silent space. Then a message was sent from the human flagship. "You killed a child. We are here for those who gave the order." The Imperial commander ignored the message. He believed humans were too afraid to act. He ordered his guns to stay ready, but not to shoot. That was when the human ships moved. They released small drones that looked like pieces of space dust. The drones flew toward the planet's shield towers. No explosions were seen. No loud sounds were heard. One by one, the shields turned off. Power stations failed. Weapon systems went dark. Communication lines broke. The planet was blind. Human soldiers landed in quiet dropships. They did not destroy buildings. They did not shoot civilians. They walked into command centers and took officers into custody. Imperial workers watched in fear, but the humans did not touch them. A captured Imperial general shouted, "Why do you not burn this world?" A human captain answered, "Because this world did not pull the trigger. You did." The Empire sent warships to defend Carthus Prime, but they arrived too late. The factories were shut down. The leaders were gone. Across the galaxy, news spread fast. For the first time, the Empire lost a world without a great battle. Other species began to whisper, "Humans do not fight like others. They do not rage, they remove." The Empire still did not understand. They thought this was only one strike. They thought humans would stop. But on Earth, more fleets were already moving. And in the dark between stars, the Empire's power was beginning to crack. After the fall of Carthus Prime, the galaxy felt different. The Galactic Empire tried to hide what had happened, but the truth escaped. Traders, travelers, and freed workers carried the story from system to system. They spoke of human soldiers who did not loot. They spoke of officers taken alive. They spoke of factories shut down without fire. Other species listened in silence. Many of them had suffered under the Empire for years. Their children were taken for labor. Their cities were taxed into dust. They had learned to obey because fear was easier than hope. Now they saw something new. Human fleets moved from world to world, but they did not claim land. They targeted only military bases and command centers. On each planet, they broadcast the same message. "We are not here for your people. We are here for those who chose to kill." On an ocean world called Selvaris, an Imperial governor tried to escape. Human ships blocked his path without firing a shot. His guards were disarmed by sound weapons that left them alive but shaking. The governor asked in fear, "Why do you hunt us like this?" A human officer replied, "Because you hid behind orders, and a child died because of those orders." The Empire attempted to strike back. They attacked a human medical ship near a neutral station. The ship carried wounded soldiers and rescued civilians. The attack destroyed the ship. Across human space, every fleet received the same signal. A red mark appeared on their maps, not for revenge, for final warning. Human admirals gathered in orbit above the Imperial border. Their fleets filled the stars like dark clouds. For the first time in centuries, the Empire did not advance. It pulled its ships back. Other species began to leave Imperial rule. Some opened their ports to humans. Some shared maps of secret bases. The balance of power was changing. The Empire had ruled through fear. Humans ruled through memory. And the galaxy was beginning to understand the difference. The Imperial capital world, Vornax, had never seen an enemy fleet reach its skies. Its towers touched the clouds, and its defense rings circled the planet like a metal crown. For centuries, the Empire believed this world could never be threatened. Then, the human fleets arrived. They did not rush forward. They formed a wide circle around the planet and waited. Imperial commanders prepared their weapons, expecting fire and chaos. Instead, a human message filled every Imperial screen. "We are not here for your cities. We are here for your leaders." Human ships released signal waves that passed through shields without breaking them. The waves entered Imperial systems and opened files long hidden, records of executions, orders to fire on civilians. The video of the human child played on every public channel. Citizens of the Empire watched in shock. They saw the officer aim. They saw the child fall. They heard the laughter. The Emperor ordered the broadcast stopped, but it was too late. The truth was everywhere. Human boarding ships entered only the palace district. They did not burn streets or destroy homes. They surrounded the Imperial throne tower and sealed its exits. Inside, Imperial guards waited for a battle that never came. Human troops walked in slowly and raised their weapons. The Emperor shouted, "You dare judge an empire?" A human commander answered, "We judge the choice you made." The Emperor was arrested, not executed. He was taken alive and placed before a council of many species. Worlds that once feared the Empire now watched it kneel. Imperial fleets received new orders: stand down. Many obeyed. Others fled. The throne that ruled the stars for generations stood empty, not because it was destroyed, but because no one believed in it anymore. And in the silence that followed, the galaxy realized something had ended. Not a war, an age. Years passed after the fall of the Galactic Empire. Many worlds were free for the first time in their history. Old flags were lowered. New councils were formed with many species sitting together, including humans. On the small colony planet where the child had died, a monument was built. It was simple. It showed a human child standing and holding a small star in his hands. Below it were words carved in stone. One small life changed the galaxy. People from many worlds came to see it. Some brought flowers. Some brought lights from their home planets. Even former Imperial citizens came and stood in silence. Humans did not take control of the galaxy. They did not place themselves above others. Instead, they helped build laws that all worlds must follow. The first law was clear. No child may be harmed in war. The second law was just as strong. No leader may hide behind orders. Some species feared humans at first. They remembered the fleets. They remembered how the Empire fell without great battles. They called humans dangerous. But others said something different. Humans are not dangerous, they said. They are careful. They are patient. They remember. A human teacher once explained it to an alien student. Power is easy, she said. Anyone can destroy. What is hard is stopping when you can. The galaxy slowly learned to trust humans, not because they were the strongest, but because they chose limits. Far from the stars, on Earth, the child's name was added to a long list of those lost. But his story was told in every school and every fleet, not as a tale of death, but as a warning. The Galactic Empire learned too late what killing a human child would demand. Not blood, not fire, but a future where no empire could ever do it again.